Today we got a really nice and wholesome top five to balance out the titties of Slumber Party Massacre and the gore of Near Dark and the
Yup.
sadism. Today we got our top five children's Halloween movies. Too.
Mm-hmm.
So a
Cute.
lot of these movies are movies that I watched growing up, but I still carry a lot of affection for them. They're
Mm-hmm.
very spooky in their vibe and very just overall fun. Um, do you want to start? Or do you want me to start?
I could go for it. Why not? Fuck it.
Do it.
I'm gonna kick things off with I don't know. People might not. People might. They won't be mad that I included this, but they might be mad that I included it instead of another movie, because there's a weird cult for the other movie. But we'll get into that. I don't want to spoil that it's not on my list quite yet. I am talking about a film by Rob Minkoff, and it's not Stuart Little 2. It's The Haunted Mansion, Eddie Murphy, and the gang. This movie was just fun as a kid growing up. It came out in
Yeah.
2003, and I was the ripe old age of 6. And so I was just vibing with Haunted Mansion, and I had a lot of good memories. I can't tell you a single scene of this movie, but I just remember loving it a lot, and so I'm including it here.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Also,
I
one
my
of the
number
better rides at Disneyland, honestly. Underrated ride.
Yeah, the only time I've been on it was during the winter season, so it was like Christmas and Halloween mixed.
Oh,
It was super
oh,
nice. Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, yeah. Um, my number five is also. I don't think it's Disney. Never mind. But it's a very unique kids movie. I think it's got a really funny mystery at the center of it. It's got a lot of slapstick. It's got a lot of just random British humor in it.
Hmm.
But it's Wallace and Gromit: The Curse of the Were Rabbit.
Oh,
I
fuck yeah.
I really really dig this movie. I still remember the mystery of the were rabbit because I just thought it was so ridiculous as a little kid. Um, but you got a lot of great Wallace and Gromit humor as well. The dog being smarter than the detective is such a great trope that they
Mhm.
continue on throughout that franchise. The gag of Gromit getting frustrated in his car, and so he hits the steering wheel, and then the airbag punches him in the face. Like I love that about. Yeah, it's just great. It's solid all the way through.
Yeah,
It's actually got a lot of critical praise too, surprisingly.
yeah. I don't know if Wallace and Gromit have ever missed. I think I've enjoyed everything that I've seen.
Yeah, it's great.
Hell yeah. Coming in at number 4, we've got one that I actually recently rewatched, which was probably why I picked this as our top 5, honestly, because it was fresh in my mind, full of giggles, full of gags, full of insufferable little boys, which all great movies are. Of course, I'm talking the spooktacular Halloween Town.
Mm.
That little gem, starring a Debbie Reynolds, which is fucking tight. Um, I think this movie gets summed up best by um, when you Google the movie Halloween Town. Under the people also ask, the first result is Halloween Town a good movie? And I think that that's kind of that just sums up everything I like about Halloween Town, because it's not,
Yeah.
but it sure is fun.
Yeah. Hell yeah, hell yeah. I need to. That's another one I need to rewatch because it's been so long since I've seen Halloween
It's
Town.
a
It's on.
it's a bit of a bop.
Is it on Disney Plus?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
that's where I watched it.
sick. Okay, cool. Um, my number four. I watched it like three times the year it came out, and the first two were not voluntary, but I because I was watching with a group of people, and but I ended up loving it so much the second time that I just watched it on my own again the third time. It's Hotel Transylvania.
Mm.
I think it's one of the more underrated Adam Sandler movies, if you can call it an Adam Sandler movie. But he does the Dracula voice so well. The story is basically meet the parents and meet the Fockers, just with your classic Halloween monsters. You got the Mummy, the Frankenstein, the Blob,
Mhm.
and Dracula, and the werewolf. And they all kind of are just like dads. Like they're dads in a hotel, and they have to, and they just get into dad shenanigans, and it's great. It's directed but it's directed by animation legend Gendy Tartakovsky, who we've talked about on this podcast.
Mhm.
And so the visual gags are actually really really well constructed, and really funny. And yeah, I love it a lot.
Hell yeah. I'm also dipping my toes into animation for my number 3 pick. This one I did not appreciate it when it came out, and I think as it like kind of scared me. I'm not gonna lie, like something about this movie was real creepy and unsettling to me.
Yeah.
But now I think it's a classic, and I think it's one of my favorite stop motion movies of all time. And I'm
Ooh.
talking Coraline. Coraline go
Oh.
hard, dude.
Yeah, dude. Other Mother is one of the best horror villains of all time. It's so good.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, everything about this movie just hits the spot. It's by the same company, Leica Studios, who did Kubo and the Two Strings, which was a fucking sleeper hit that did not get enough credit.
No, it did
Um,
not.
and I feel like they both have the same charm to it. But Coraline did it first, and it's real nostalgic for that reason. And I love this movie.
Yeah. Definitely a great pick. Definitely a great pick. Yeah. It's been a few years, but
Mhm.
I read the book over and over and over again after the movie came out. It's so good. All the Neil Gaiman like kids books are great.
Yeah, for real.
Did you ever read the Graveyard book?
Nope.
You would love it because it's
Yeah.
literally just the Jungle Book, but in a graveyard with ghosts.
That's fucking tight. I'm on
Yeah,
board.
yeah, it's great. And Bagheera as a vampire. Yeah, my number three is kind of, sort of not for kids. Maybe I watched it as a kid a lot. Um, I deleted another one that's definitely not for kids, even though I watched it as a kid. But this one I think is fits really well with the Christmas vibe. It fits really well with the
Mhm.
Halloween vibe. And it's creepy, but it's also weird and wonderful and so sweet and romantic. One of the most romantic movies I've ever seen. I'm talking Edward Scissorhands.
Mhm.
Still to this day, my favorite Johnny Depp performance. Um,
Yeah.
Back in the good old days when he tried, and
Him poking the waterbed is just burned into my brain forever.
it's so good. It's so good. And yeah, like the when he shaves off the ice to make snow, to make the ice sculptures,
Mhm.
and it makes snow for her, and she's never seen snow before, and she's dancing, and oh,
Cute.
oh, makes me cry. I love it. Yeah, I love Edward Scissorhands. It's a great movie.
Yeah, absolutely. My number 2, we're keeping with the animated theme, and we're also keeping with another theme. This movie's also directed by Henry Selick, director of Coraline. Of course, I'm talking Nightmare Before Christmas. Ooh, he had to
Woo!
put the cliche one on here. Of course I did, dude. The music goes hard, the story goes hard, the animation's fucking gorgeous.
Yeah,
All the voice performances are perfect. It's just a great movie. It deserves all the cliche praise it gets.
absolutely, absolutely. The whole generation, the whole Hot Topic generation, owes
it was
itself to an 80-minute classic.
it was built on the back of Tim Burton.
Yeah, exactly. My number two is also a Disney property. It's very different though. But I rewatched this one, I think like 2 weeks ago, and like it still holds up, man. It looks like, some of the special effects are like whatever, but
Mhm.
they like the idea behind the special effects and the way the special effects are executed and the way the characters react to them are still really really genuine and really cool. It's also one of the best. It's also the start of one of the best character arcs. Of course, I'm talking about Pirates of the Caribbean: Curse of the Black Pearl.
Oh,
This
oh,
movie,
I didn't even
it,
think of that as like a Halloween movie, but yeah.
this movie rocks, dude. It rocks. The sword fight between Will and Jack in the
Hmm.
inside of a blacksmith shop where there are just swords everywhere. Freaking Keira Knightley getting thrown around by skeletons across
Oh,
all over a pirate ship. There's a monkey skeleton for no
which is
for
fucking tight.
yeah. Yeah, it's great. Barbosa like drinking the wine and it's just going straight through his body. Oh
Hmm.
my god. It's
Yeah,
brilliant. It's brilliant.
yeah.
I love
That probably would have made my list if I have thought about it. I'm pissed I didn't.
it. Yeah, yeah.
Uh, that movie goes hard. Coming in at number one, we've got Jared's pick for probably not a kids movie, but I'm including it because I watched it as a kid. Um, this movie is just it's just great. It's almost
Yeah.
it's damn near perfect for this genre. It's wacky, it's weird, it's wholly 80s. And of course I'm talking Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. It's great. Speaking of Tim Burton and Danny Elfman, um, what can I say about Beetlejuice? One of the most iconic performances in horror ever,
Yeah.
and it's just great. It's a lot of fun. It's weird. It's too weird. Probably not for kids, but fuck it, it's here anyway.
Yeah, man. The Deo banana boat scene is one of my favorite.
Me said that. Me said that. Me said that. I was on a hike with my girlfriend and her brother, or I guess not brother, sister's boyfriend, and there was an echo, and without any prompt, we both just started singing the Deo Banana Boat song and doing the fucking dance, and it was delightful.
Sounds like one of you got possessed by Beetlejuice.
We did.
Oh man. Oh man. Yeah. My number one is not nearly as lighthearted as the rest of my list. But it's still for kids. I think it's PG.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's PG. Um
it's hereditary.
it's Audition. No, it's Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban.
Mm.
By far the best of the Harry Potter series.
Ooh,
Not just
hot
because of
takes. Just
uh,
kidding. It's probably not that big of a hot take, honestly.
no. It's the film major take because everyone loves Quaron.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, I love it a lot. The twist ending is fantastic. The tree payoff is great. Uh,
Hmm.
the subtle teasing of who's who and which monster is which person, and it's classic werewolf fiction. It somehow fits into the entire Harry Potter narrative and really raises the stakes, the emotional
Hmm.
stakes at least. You get a bunch of great cinematography, especially those. There's still moments where I'm like, how did he do that? Where the camera flies through the window pane
Yeah.
and down a staircase. Oh my god, it's great. I love it. And yeah, of course it's good. Of course it's on my list.
Yeah. It's a great fucking movie. I can't blame you at all. And I,
But
I
yeah,
can't wait for all the hate mail of me putting Haunted Mansion over Hocus Pocus. I'll say
oh
it. Hocus
man,
Pocus, not a good movie. Ooh, hot take. It kind of sucks, and I don't like it.
it's yeah, but I like the witches enough that
Yeah.
it's fun, but it's not. But I don't know anybody who thinks it's good.
Oh, I know people. Oh, people will be angry.
Yep. Yep.
Oh.
All right. Want to
Speaking
get
of
in?
kids' movies,
Speaking of kids' movies.